Alright, hey guys again. What am I gonna do? I'm actually going to do something this time. I'm going to show you guys how to color skin. This is just one of the many ways, so of course don't take this as doctrine. But yeah, let's see if we can do this in a small amount of time. Now what I'm doing first, I'm going over the entire picture with a light layer of peach crayon. Firstly, I just realized how quickly I jumped into this video. No intro, no nothing. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, I'm not sure how much space my phone actually has to really make this video, so I'm just working with it, man and girl, like it, whatever. So yes, just a thin light layer of peach crayon. And firstly, this is Crayola, so for all of you out there who are like, but I don't have good crayons, Crayola is cheap and it's good. I'm not so sure about other brands, but I can probably vouch a bit for Crazy Art because they're good, but they're good in certain divisions. So like they have a very wide range of colors, I'll give them that, but they have a few little problems every now and then because their colors can be so deceiving. Like look at this color. This color that you'd think would look so bright, and you'd have thought that this was the same color, right? Scrap piece of paper, nowhere to be found. Fine, back sheet. Look at this. You'd have thought it'd have looked more like how the paint on the crayon itself looks, but that's obviously not the case. But let's continue. Next, I'm going to go over again with a tan crayon, and as you can see, my tan crayon is about to die. Why is that? Because I use the tan a lot. Now we're gonna put this in main areas where you want shadows. Now her eyes are the major point where people are going to know where shadows are. Her eyes and her hair, but her hair can get shadow light from anywhere. Her eyes though, light won't be coming in from here, which means the most light is coming from a direction of, either it's directly on her or something, or it's at an angle. We're gonna work with it being at an angle. So being that hair covers right here, we're safe to put shadow. Now I'm going to start off with my usual method. I'm burnishing for the first tip, the part that I know will not have any light at all, and I'm just easing off the pressure as I go down, and that's how I normally do. So if you have some other method, I'm not telling you to change your method, but I'm just showing you guys how I do it. And being that her kimono covers, I'm not even sure if that's like the specific name for this one, but yeah, I think they're all the same name, whatever. We're gonna just go all the way here, just color in that, and here we are. And for those of you who use like orange crayons for your skin tones, don't get me wrong, the orange crayon is pretty useful, but I'm just saying this is a nice method you can work with in case you don't always want all your characters to look highly saturated. Saturated, is that the word I'm actually looking for? Whatever. So yes, and for this part right here, I know light will never be in anywhere here, so I'm safe to put as dark as color as I want, as long as it's not out in the middle area of that, nor on the other breast. Yeah, I was about to say breast cheek, that's why I stopped. I have a few mental issues, I'm sorry. But yeah, now I'm just going to go back over here with a light little shadow right here, and it's not really much of a shadow, but it's just there to add to the effect of her looking more like she's there and not just present, I guess. How long has this video been so far? Great, the timing's pretty decent. Time for her next side. Now, being that the light is from this side, we're not gonna have as much shadows, but we're going to have a few nevertheless. Her shadows just won't be that dark right here, but they're going to still be present. That's the thing. Many people tend to always say, oh well, if I can't see the crayon that obviously, then I need to press darker. That's not always the case, because sometimes the amount that you laid on in the first layer, regardless of how well you can see it, is there, and just it being there will affect everything else that you do. And most likely the reason why you can't recognize it is because your paper is most likely either A, slightly tinted, as in like drawing paper that's slightly on the creamer side of life, or B, isn't colored at all. Like if you were to lay down white crayon on white paper, you wouldn't see it, you wouldn't know that it did something, but it did. As soon as you lay down a next color on that, that color won't look like how it looks when you put it down normally, because now it's been affected by the white, regardless of how well you can see it. That's the fun thing about crayons. That's why I love using crayons so much. Though I wouldn't mind getting like first-hand experiences on markers. I would love to try out markers, like some good-ish or like some okay brand of alcoholic-based markers like that. I would love to have that feeling, but because I don't know how it feels to be rich either, I know I won't be affording Copics anytime near now, so I'm just going to be patient and wait my turn, like the majority of us on this planet at the moment. So yes, her nose. Now firstly, a lot of people don't recognize this, but this is one of the best nose, I don't want to say noses, that's a word, but yeah, this is one of the easiest and best ways to draw in a nose, but it has a bit of complications, because you have to remember that your crayons or whatever tinting medium, I want to say tinting, whatever shading or tinting medium you're going to use on it, that's what's going to make it look like a nose and not just two dots on a page. Because as you see, now that there is more shadow on it, when I go over around here and stuff, it will show you more that it was a nose than when you just saw the two dots. Because to unexperienced eyes, two dots is just two dots, and that's all. But to someone with more experience, those two dots could say a lot, if you know what I'm saying. Here we are. Now, being that this is hair, I don't know why, but I love coloring people, and I love coloring skin, and I love coloring hair. So those are the ones I'm best at, hence why my last video was just me coloring hair, and I was having an awesome time at it, to be specific, except the question part. Yeah, that was a bit of a problem to some degree, because I had to read a question that, no, you guys probably don't even care about those answers, but I wanted to do a Q&A. I wanted to know how that felt like to actually do a Q&A, but I didn't want to go out and ask for questions and then get that disappointment of not getting questions, or like to expect to see some questions like, what do you want to be in the future, or something like that. I don't want a question that I wasn't like prepared for, and I don't want to be mean and not answer your question, because I know how that feels. Trust me, I know how that feels to not get your questions answered on a Q&A after like this YouTuber said, come on, ask a question and I guarantee you that your question will be answered or I'm going to try my hardest to answer your questions, when really and truly not saying anything because I know how it is. In a way, I have some idea that, you know, like if you have a large following or like a large amount of people really there on your channel, it's going to be a bit harder for you to answer all the questions. But still, I know how it feels on the receiving end of that, to not get, you know, answers to your questions. Half the time your questions are like the act, like when you're listening, you're like, my question was the one that should have been answered. Like mine would have helped so many people, but then, you know, it never gets asked. It never gets answered. So yeah. Yeah, that's all for this little mini skin tutorial, and partially a rant because I realized that I wasted a lot of the video's possible learning time to talk about myself and what I'm against and stuff, like I do a lot. So yeah, that is all for now, guys. I hope you guys have, well, that's all for now. Yeah, it makes sense I say it like that. But yeah, if this video gets uploaded, then it gets uploaded. If not, then not. That's all for now, guys. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Subscribe, like and subscribe for more content, and to see the finished picture of this, if I don't make a next video coloring all of this, you have to go on my Instagram, because that's where I post a majority of my art. So yeah, that's all for now. Later, guys.